Hello everyone, this is Aaron Fitch from ATF Gaming, and welcome back to NASCAR Heat 2. Today, we are going to continue our career mode. We have an Xfinity race at Auto Club, and hopefully we'll be getting a hot seat offer for the Monster Energy Cup Series soon. Since that is unlocked, we just haven't gotten an offer yet, so hopefully that is in the cards fairly soon. Maybe not in this episode, but in next episode. But we've kind of had a mixed bag of results here so far. If you don't know or are confused by the way I titled this, we both ended last season and started this season in the live stream last weekend, which would be part 10 of it. But I'm now in season 2, I'm calling it. And this will be episode 2 since we did start the season 2 in the live stream. I just didn't separate those two. So if you're confused why it's titled that or what have I missed, just check out the live stream and you should get caught up pretty quickly. So let's head off to qualifying here, see what kind of qualifying effort we can put down. Also, if you're confused by the new schedule, check out the channel update video I put out on Sunday. And you should be able to figure out what the new schedule is, what the plan is. Right now, the plan for this week is to be streaming on Saturday. I believe only the Truck Series is racing on Saturday this week. So I'll just start the stream whenever the Truck Series race ends. Okay, we're tight. We'll just start the stream whenever the Truck Series race ends. We should get another 2 hours in, just like normal, and just move things along. And then that'll go up officially on Sunday, but we'll stream it on Saturday, obviously. So let's see what kind of qualifying effort we can put down here. I just played NASCAR 07, and I'm now playing this game again, and you guys have no idea how hard it is to transition from one game to another. And I'm playing 3 games from 3 completely different era of NASCAR gaming. I'm playing Dirt to Daytona from the Monster Games era. I'm playing this from the 704 Games era, and I'm playing 07 from the EA era. We qualified 28th, so we could have done better. I probably could have lifted a little bit more going into turn 3 there. But let's see what kind of a race we can put together. We usually have a faster car than in the race than in qualifying, so hopefully we can move our way up through the pack fairly quickly. Alright, we gotta remember not to piss too many people off, because we've kind of already done that to a certain extent. Alright, well, Jody Gase is going to get pissed off after us bumping into him there. And I'm 3 wide, which I am not comfortable with right now. We're going to try to shove Logano through here. Fairly short race since it is a big track, so only 3 lap stages, at least in stage 1. Sorry, Dakota Armstrong. You remember about 30 seconds ago when I said I really want to not make enemies? Well, I'm not doing too hot in that regard right now. But let's see how fast we can move through the field. Maybe we can secure some stage points. We do have 1 win already, but we are, I think, 9th in the standings. So I would like to improve our standings so we can get more bonus points going into the playoffs. So that obviously requires getting stage points on a consistent basis. Alright, Brendan Poole just ran into me, and then sorry, Suarez, I had too much momentum there. But Poole, he definitely came down on me there. He's not mad enough yet. Nobody's mad enough in this series. We've only done a few races, but Suarez is certainly going to be mad after that. But we're already into the top 10. We've done it a little dirty, but mostly clean. All pushed up there. I'm sure Kane will get a run on the inside. And oh, no, he won't. But we're up to 8th. I don't think we're going to be able to improve any more William Byron is about a half a second ahead, but we only got one more corner to do it. So I don't think we're going to be able to pass him. So it looks like an 8th place stage finish is what we're going to get. I'll take it. I will definitely take it. It's points. It's 3 points. Better than nothing. And that's what we need to be doing. Add 3 laps to that, we will not be able to make it to the end, so we will pit at the end of stage 2 most likely. Unfortunately, we are starting on the outside, so I'm not too happy about that. But of course, we got the patented NASCAR heat 3 wide starts here. But I don't mind that. It's somewhat realistic, but especially with NASCAR seeming to crack down on, you know, changing lanes before the start-finish line. Oh, Kane got into us there. We recovered. We got into Harrison Roads a little bit, but we recovered. But especially with NASCAR cracking down on, you know, changing lanes before the start-finish line recently, that's definitely something they could probably improve, having just 2 distinct lines at the restart. Which usually happens at the short tracks, but the bigger tracks like this, the Daytona, Pocono, Indy places like that, it tends to have a 4 wide start. But I'm pretty sure that's not something they're going to change in the patch. Speaking of the patch, I do not have the patch yet because patch is not released on consoles. It is only on PC. I have no idea how long it's going to be before we get it. They said later this month, so considering the month just started, I have my doubts that we're going to get it anytime soon. Which is really depressing. I don't know why they do that. Obviously, I know getting updates to Steam is a lot easier process than getting it through the PlayStation Network, through Sony, and through Microsoft, but it's really frustrating that they're going to get it like a week, at least a week by now, maybe 2 weeks early. Just wait until it's confirmed on all 3, and then release it for everybody. It's so unfair. Especially, you know, I'm on a YouTuber side of things. All the PC gamers are going to have that update and have shown it off by the time I get it, so it's not really going to bring me any more views by saying, hey, I got the new update a month after everybody else. So it really isn't a very good system in my mind. I got an itch on my face, but I'm going to have to wait until backstretch to correct it. Alright, itch is gone for now, hopefully. But let's see if we can improve our position here. Brendan Gaughan kind of squeezed us down there. I will be loosening the car up quite a bit on the pit stop. I didn't want to do it after qualifying because I wanted to see how the car handled in race trim first. That's the end of stage 1. We did finish ahead of Gaughan, so we'll get 4 stage points this time. And I believe we're going to be pitting. Yep. We're going to do 4 tires and fuel. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best. And we're going to loosen the car up a ton. 2 full rounds, and we're going to give us a little more tape, hopefully, to help us turn a little bit. I'm sure we'll drop some spots. Yep. And of course, we're right by Suarez, who we completely dumped earlier. Patented 4 wide restarts. And let's get started. I wish I understood the pit system more, honestly. I wish they would show you the pit stops under caution so you could kind of understand, hey, this person took 2 tires, so they're going to come out in front of us and stuff like that. I wish they showed that kind of stuff. That would be a nice touch. But obviously that's a big undertaking, so I highly doubt that they will do that anytime soon. That could be a thing they look towards the next game. But I have to admit, they addressed a ton of stuff in this game. There's not much left that I need them to address for next year's game. Obviously, besides new rosters. A cool thing might be Now this is definitely something that would take a lot of work. And maybe adding the K&N series as a 4 series, because in all the EA games you have the Wheel and Modified series. That's no longer very much of a feeder series to these top 3 series, but the K&N series is definitely a feeder series now. With youngsters like Todd Gill and Harrison Burton, people like that coming through the system. So maybe if you want to add a fourth series to this game, that would be the series to do it. That would be a cool ad, and plus, you know, in Heat Evolution they had like all the NASCAR Next drivers in the game, so maybe that would be an easier transition than I thought. So that would be a cool thing, add a 4 series to the game, because it's not like a lot of people get their start in racing right in the Camping World Truck Series. I don't know why, I've been calling it the Craftsman Truck Series a lot recently, but that's hasn't been sponsored like that for years. But that would be a nice touch, because the K&N series is definitely where a lot of people get their introduction to legit stock car racing, and competitive stock car racing outside of your local tracks. But obviously the big thing with that wouldn't be the drivers or the sponsorship, I don't think. It would be all the tracks they go at. But there is a lot of tracks that aren't in this game that they go to. Now, would that be a super cool thing for them to add and try to undertake? Yes. But will they do it? No. I highly doubt it. But that would be a super cool thing for them to maybe undertake in the future. Because there's not much left for them to add. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff coming out in this update that rectifies a lot of the simple fixes that we needed, like more support for steering wheels, the strict cautions, stuff like that. So it definitely fixed a lot of the key issues. Again, I haven't raced the new patch yet, so I don't know, but it definitely fixes a lot of issues. One cool thing that they could do is maybe, I would love to see cross-platform multiplayer. Now, obviously, going from PlayStation to Xbox is probably never going to happen. I know there's a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't have that, but going from PlayStation to Steam, or from Xbox to Steam, I definitely think is something that they could do. A lot of games have that kind of support. Rocket League is a big example, because I play that a lot on John Wolf's stream. But I think that would be definitely a cool thing to add, at least partial cross-platform. I know I've been talking on a lot about this, and I'm just kind of moving through the field. There hasn't been much to talk about, but that would be a cool thing to add. So is that maybe have like an online season mode kind of thing, because I know games like Madden, they have online connected franchise, which is basically you can each person can control their own team in a collective league, and that's something I've never gotten myself into, that because I don't have very many friends who play Madden. I know NHL has a similar thing, but that would be a cool thing to do, have multiplayer, maybe career mode, but at least like multiplayer seasons. That would be a really cool step, I think. And that could lead to a lot of like collaboration between us NASCAR YouTubers. There's a lot of us, and I really think there's a lot of room for collaboration, but because there's not that much multiplayer options besides single race, there's really not that much collaboration going on. I think there's a lot of potential for having stuff like that if you have like a multiplayer season mode, or multiplayer career might be a little much for the old Unity engine to handle. But we have 2 laps to go here. I am currently trying to pass William Byron for second. I do have Elliott Sadler right up ahead, so I might be able to pass him going on onto the white flag. Let's see, we got a whole bunch of sponsors that we can call the white flag now. So white flag sponsored by AdvoCare. And I do think we can get a run on Sadler. It's going to be a tough pass, but I'm going to certainly try to do it cleanly. I don't really want to wreck it out my way to the win. Altgaier is not going quietly either. He is coming up behind me. I'm hoping I can get enough of a draft that I can get a run into turn 3. Those adjustments I made on the pit stop definitely helped, but Sadler's going to block. I gave him a tiny, tiny bump, but I'm trying not to wreck him. It looks like it's going to be second place. I'll try to dive it down here, but second place it is. That was a good battle with Sadler. But overall, it was a good race. We kind of put ourselves behind the 8 ball with taking 4 tires at the pit stop. Didn't have the best start either, but we got to talk a lot about, future hopes for the games, and I have more that I can add to that as well. But second place, that'll help us in the point standings. We got stage points in both stages. So that was overall a good race for us. We'll get money, which, again, they need to add something for money. But I'll talk more about, the future of career mode in the next race, if I have time. Because I definitely have a lot of ideas for the future of career mode in this game. I've already touched on a few of them, like adding the K&N series. But let's see what we have next on the schedule. Obviously, we didn't get a top 10. Oh no, Ray Black Jr. with the rhyming again. Look Alive, Tiger Fan 3548 with a top 5. Hey, our first cup race with Germain Racing at Martinsville. An interesting track for us to do our first cup race at. So we need a top 22 finish for Germain to be interested in us. So let's remember that, because I am horrible at remembering that. So I'm going to write this down on a piece of paper right next to me so I can remember that, because I don't have chat to help me. 22nd. Alright. Martinsville's gotten a lot harder in this game compared to Heat Evolution. But I do think we can get a top 22. We're probably going to ruffle some feathers, but in the hot seat races, it really doesn't matter. You can't really build rivals in the hot seat seasons. Now, I haven't gotten a full-time cup ride in my off-screen playthroughs yet. I haven't been doing much of it lately, but I wonder if, people like Daniel Suarez or Brad Keselowski, if they're mad at you in the Xfinity Series, is that going to translate into the Cup Series? That's something I would love to see. But let's head off to qualify here. We're probably not going to qualify too hot. A 3-star team plus my lack of skill at qualifying at Martinsville, which has been demonstrated plenty of times already, probably means we're not going to qualify too well. But I gotta get used to the Cup Series cars, because I've been running the Xfinity cars so much now. These cars have a ton more speed and are a lot harder to turn, that's for sure. Yep, a lot harder to turn. Oh, we got loose off too. Well, we're starting last. Yep. 39th is not a 40th car in the field. I don't think I see what car is in the field. There's what is it, maybe Timmy Hill? No, he's in there. Might be Derek Cope. Eric Jones is on the pole, by the way. Yep, no Derek Cope or Reed Sorensen, it looks like. Well, let's start the race.
We're coming to you live from Martinsville Speedway, located in Ridgeway, Virginia. Martinsville recently celebrated its 70th anniversary, and as part of that celebration, it was revealed that they will soon be hosting night races. In fact, the light poles are already in place around the track. No night racing today, but there's plenty to be excited about as we get ready for our first short track event of the year.
I'm glad I cut myself off there, because I completely forgot that in the Cup Series they have race intros. I'm not sure who that was giving the race intro. I'm not really sure. It didn't say. But yeah, I don't think either of the Premium Motorsports guys are in this race. Alright, so we got a tall order ahead. Oh, sorry, Kennington. We got a tall order to get up to 22nd here at Martinsville, but we got a ton of time because these are definitely longer races. Oh, looks like Timmy Hill almost got in the wall there. But this is our first real in-depth look at the Cup Series. Like, I've done a couple one-off races on, like, the first couple streams, but we have not raced the Cup Series at all. So here's your first look at some of the guys in the Cup Series. And even when I did, like, the one-off races, we weren't in the back of the pack. Looks like a rough run for Suarez this far. Again, I'm trying to be clean, but it's really hard to drive off. I get really squirrely driving off. Sorry, Corey LaJoy. That might be a caution. Definitely would be a caution under the new patch, but it looks like he hit a couple people. So that might be a caution. Nope, doesn't look like it. Oh, is that Chase Elliott right up ahead? Man, he's really having a tough day. That looks like a DLC scheme. I do have all of the current DLC. I know they said the next DLC pass was going to come out towards the end of the month. So, oh crap. I do have the hot pass, so I'll be getting all that. But right now I need to recover from this wreck. That's not going to... Oh, we did get a caution. Wonderful. I'm going to have to pit for repairs, so we might as well add some stuff to the pit stop. So, back to square one again. Top 22 might be rough, especially if we keep wrecking people. Which is obviously not my intention, but I'm just not used to the Cup Series right now. It's been a while. And of course, just like the first time I restarted, I got into Kennington again. Yeah, but getting off the corner is really, really squirrely. Crap. Yeah, it's really hard to get off the corners. That's definitely unusual. Maybe it's, am I going down to third gear or something? That might be it. That might be it. I'm going down, I'm using automatic transmission. So, it might be because I'm going down into third gear that we're so squirrely getting off the corner. But I'm just going to have to get used to that because it looks like it's going to do it every time. If you were on the messed up portion of the stream, which was only a few of you, you would know that I had experimented with manual transmission a little bit. I'm just not quite ready for it yet. I do intend on getting used to that a little bit more. We're 3 wide at Martinsville. Oh, I thought I'd be able to drive it in deep and get clear of McDowell. But we are up to 26 right now, so we are moving our way forward. Oh, there's Landon Castle. Alright, we're obviously better on the inside. That's the nature of Martinsville, plus that's the nature of my... Oh, Landon Castle, what was that, man? There was like an inch and you took a mile. We got some smoke up ahead. Oh, crap. Alright, we recovered. Oh, no, we didn't. Now we recovered with damage and in 38th place. So it looks like we're just going to have to ride it out until the stage end here. Yeah, I'm not too thrilled about the fact that it's kicking down into third gear. Because that's just messing up my corner exit. Yeah, it's definitely messing up the corner. Okay, what was that? Oh, that's the leader. That's Jimmy Johnson. That's Ricky Stenhouse in second for some odd reason. But crap, we really don't want to be a lap down, that's for sure. Well, crap, we're a lap down. We'll get the lucky dog, but yes, we're gonna get the lucky dog, so let's just pit and do everything again. I'm gonna put this back up because I don't think that helped the cause at all. And let's take the lucky dog and start in 38th this time. Jeffrey Earnhardt, he must be out of the race or something.
Ready. Steady. Okay, just fine.
Yeah, I don't see him anywhere, so he must be out. Oh my god! Why am I spinning the tires so much? This is ridiculous. I've never had this issue before. What the crap? Man, well, this isn't the first cup race I had hoped for, that's for sure. This is reminding me of... Oh my... I'm in no control right now. And now my hood is literally 100% deformed. And I'm trying not to floor it, because I know some of you are going to say, well, you're flooring it off the corner. That's going to make you lose. I really am trying not to. I really am. But it looks like we just need to survive to the end of the stage. As long as we're on the lead lap, or we're the only car a lap down, we'll be fine. We just need to survive to the end of the stage, because I'm not pitting right now. There's no way that that's going to help the cause, because we'll be multiple laps down them. We're not losing too much time to LaJoy, but obviously with the aero damage, we're not helping our cause at all. But yeah, this is not the first cup race I had wanted. But hopefully we can repair again under the caution and try it again. I just need to stay off the apron, because that's what's really gotten me. I know I'm complaining about, you know, the car's going down into third gear, and that's making the exit really hard, but it's better now. So maybe it was just a cold tire effect. That's actually cool if that is legitimately a thing in this game, because it's not happening anymore. But maybe it was just the tires were cold. Oh no, now we're overheating. How many laps do I have to make it? Seven laps, alright. As long as I'm careful. Again, it's not the end of the world if we lose a lap, as long as we're the only people who lose a lap. But I just need to be careful not to let the temperature get too high, because then it's going to damage our engine, and we can't repair that too easily. So I'm just going to try to be super careful not to overextend the engine. I do see the leader in my mirror right now, so I'm just trying to be careful not to do anything too rash and too stupid, so we don't overheat and we can make it to the end of the stage without wrecking again. Which is easier said than done. Can't tell who that is in my mirror, because the first time we got lapped it was Jimmy Johnson leading. But it doesn't look like Jimmy Johnson. That looks like Joey Logano in my mirror. And there's the temperature gauge again, so I'm going to run it nice and conservative on this lap. Denny Hamlin's on pit road now. I don't know what's going on there. But here comes Logano. I would like to stay on the lead lap just in case if there's some wacky pit strategy going on, but it's not going to happen. Especially while I have to worry about overheating. Well, it might. I mean, obviously they're faster in the straightaways, but I seem to get a really good launch off the corners, which is very unusual. Oh crap, it's starting to smoke now. I gotta start being careful before it damages the engine too far. Again, I would like to stay on the lead lap, but this temperature thing is definitely going to make it hard.
Low, low. Clear.
Alright, that's the end of the stage. Caution came out. So I'll take it. So obviously we got to pit for repairs. And then we just got to be careful on the restart again. I think we have a legit shot at this, assuming that most of this damage can get repaired. And that I stop being stupid. Because we were running up towards 22nd before all this shenanigans started happening. So Denny Hamlin, he must have had to pit or something. Now obviously our cosmetic damage isn't repaired. But hopefully most of everything, yet the radiator's back to normal. Okay. The radiator's back to normal. We only have 6%. So that little excursion probably didn't help that. Alright, yep. We're gonna have cold tires. Man, if that's really a thing, bravo developers. I've never had that happen in a game. So bravo, if that really is a thing that's in the game. It might just be me being stupid, which is definitely possible. I ran it in super deep there. That's Corey LaJoie and Denny Hamlin, and there's a caution. You know what? We're staying out. I think we can make it with the help of this caution. This is probably a horrible idea, but at least there's less cars to run into from the front, which is obviously a big concern. 27-26, so we are good, assuming that we don't get overtime. And our tires are warm now, so we're not going to have too much tire spinning off the corner. Oh, if I don't do that, we're going to be fine, but I think we can legitly have a good finish here. I just got to stop being stupid.
Inside.
Now, are we going to get this win? No. But I do think the top 22 goal is a very reasonable goal right now. But we get a super good run off the corner, which is really strange.
Outside. All clear.
Alright, yeah, that's not going to help either. And now we got Harvick on it. Yeah, why are we getting such a good run off the corner? Is it because we're going into third gear and we're getting more power off the corner? That actually might be it, now that I think about it. I love how I spent this entire race thinking that going down into third gear was a bad thing, because that's what I thought was causing my issues off the corner. But now it's actually turning into a good thing, because we get a super launch of power off the corner. Oh crap. I'm sorry, Stenhouse, you were just in the wrong place. Well, I think we just sealed our fate with the win, because we were actually holding on to that for a long time. But I do think we can... Top 10, I don't think is out of the reach if we can just stop being stupid. But I think we might be in good shape. Yeah, I spent the whole race thinking that going into third gear would be a bad thing, and now it's a good thing. So I guess now might be a good time to talk about, continue my discussion on what, looking ahead to next year's game, what they could add. I talked about the K&N series. That would be a good add to career mode. Obviously, the option to start your own team. Now, obviously, you can build your own race car, but the option to start your own team, not buy one of the other teams like in NASCAR, in the EA games of NASCAR, but to start your own team. And then you would have to compete, legitly with the 40 other cars to qualify for races and to race races. That would be a cool addition, and that is where the money would go. Because in this game, obviously, right now, there's nothing that you can use the money for. So So starting your own team once you get enough money, I think would be a really cool thing. You could, have to fight for sponsorship. You have to upgrade your car, hire drivers. That'd be a cool thing to maybe hire drivers from lower series. I know that would be kind of a hard thing to do contractually with the drivers and the teams, copyright-wise, but that would be a cool thing that you could do, in my mind. Obviously, I know there's not going to be there's not going to be, period, drivers switching cars in this game. But maybe like hiring an Xfinity driver to run the Cup Series in addition to that, into their car. Obviously, you have to be limited by manufacturer, and maybe they could like bring sponsorship with them that could help pay for the car. That would be cool. Like you could have Justin Allgaier. He brings the Brandt sponsorship with them. That would be a super cool thing. Elliott Sadler could bring like One Main Financial, people like that. That would be a really cool thing in my mind. Kind of like NASCAR 06, but not exactly like NASCAR 06. Well, we just wrecked Ricky Stenhouse there, and that's going to hold up the field. Obviously, Logano and Harvick are pulling away from us, so we've kind of sealed our deal without a caution there. I just want to triple check, make sure we are good on fuel this time by. Well, there was aero damage, so that's not going to help the cause either. Yep, we are good on fuel. We've actually saved more fuel, so we are good there. I just need to avoid being stupid, and then we can legitly have a third place finish possibly in our first hot seat offer. That's ridiculous, guys. But anyway, yeah, that would be a cool thing to add to career mode, or at least find something you can do with the money. That's got to be a big thing. You got to find something to do with the money. Now, having like a more personal side of racing thing could be too. Like you would have to do sponsorship obligations, or like you would have to set up your calendar. You could like race in a local series, like race a dirt track, stuff like that. Obviously, that would take a ton of work, but racing like if you had the K&N series in the game, racing the K&N series, stuff like that, and schedule sponsorship obligations, have contract negotiations, stuff like that. Really get into the more deeper side of NASCAR, because there's a lot more than just showing up to the track and racing. You guys know that. So that would be a really cool thing. Well, that's where I would like to see the career mode go from here. They've got... Oh no, we're overheating again. How are we overheating again? The radiator slightly damaged, just mainly the air. Well, 17%, yeah. I guess that'll do it. So obviously we got to remember our goal is a top 22 finish. Now obviously we're in 6th place right now. Now we're passing for 4th place. But we got to remember what our main objective is, which is a top 22 finish. Our pit strategy definitely helped us get up to the front. So we just got to remember what our goal is. Having a top 10 finish is not going to make everything move suddenly faster. It's just top 22. We got 6 laps to go. We got 10 on fuel, so we're good there. We got into Stenhouse again. So that probably, if the rivalry system was on in the hot seats, we would definitely be having some issues with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. right now. I'm seriously concerned about the overheating issue right now. So I'm going to start being a little more cautious, letting off a little earlier. But yeah, that's kind of where I'd like to see career mode go from here. This is going to be a super long episode, guys. I'm sorry. These cup races are going to be long. At the length I have it set at right now. So I apologize that these are going to be longer episodes with these hot seat offers, but I do feel like getting 2 races in per episode is definitely what I want to do. It'll help move the series along faster, all that kind of stuff. Larson is not pulling away from us, so with 3 laps to go, we might have a shot at maybe getting the top 5 out of this, which is obviously way better than anything I expected, but we're starting to get smoke out of our engine now. which is not good. As long as we can salvage a top 22 finish, that's all that matters. Because every time smoke comes out, our RPMs drop. So we gotta just be careful. Chase Elliott, talk about a recovery day. He started in like 32nd. I was passing him earlier in the race, so talk about a good day. He's probably gonna finish 7th once he gets around me. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Geico. 1 lap to go. Oh, that rhymes a little bit. Dale Earnhardt Jr., another good day for him. He started back in the 30s as well. I was racing him earlier. Alright, I do want to get a top 10 out of this, which is not going to happen now. Oh, it might. 10th. 10th in our first Cup race for Germain Racing. A, that's probably one of Germain Racing's better finishes at a non-restricted plate track. And B, that's our first Cup race. We damaged the living crap out of that car. How we can even see out of our windshield is a huge question mark. Harvick wins the race, but again, us in the top 10, we exceeded our expectations. Obviously, without that pit strategy, we would have been in trouble, but the fact that we managed to pull it off, great. Obviously, we're last in the standings, but good finish for us. We'll head back to the menu, see what the owners of Germain have to say to us, and then we'll call it a day. Nice job with that top 22 finish. We'll keep you in mind for a ride next season. $160,000, guys. That's a good payout. Obviously, we're almost $4 millionaires, so that's just a tiny part of it. And it looks like we're going to have a doubleheader weekend in the next race. In the next episode, sorry. But let's set this. We're going to go with the challenging for now, because I don't want to have to worry about qualifying objectives. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more content from ATF Gaming, be sure to hit that red subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye.